The Princess of Wales was confronted by a woman in Belfast who told her that she's not in her own country and that Ireland belongs to the Irish. Here's the exchange that was filmed during a meet and greet.
Nice to meet you, but you better focus when you're in your own country. Right, welcome to Belfast. Thank you. Very welcome. Thank you. Ireland belongs to the Irish.
Meanwhile, plans for King Charles' coronation have apparently been set for the 3rd of June. That is according to anonymous government officials. Don't mark your calendars just yet. Buckingham Palace has not confirmed the date. I suppose the big question, though, is are protesters and hecklers going to be a growing concern as we head towards the coronation? Ian, I'll start with you.
Well, I mean, it was almost like go back to your own country, wasn't it? There was a bit of that going on in there, and you get these kind of gobby morons show up at all manner of kind of occasions when someone high profile is there. What was fascinating about this character who was mouthing off was that she was wanting to shake hands. She was filming the whole thing. She was glad to be there, but in the meantime, throwing in these massive political comments on the way. I mean, there's no, for all she knows, Kate might even agree with her about Ireland and the Irish. And, you know, I think the woman in the crowd probably needs to have that conversation with people that live in Northern Ireland rather than with the Princess of Wales.
We are everybody. People, as we know now, people are allowed to protest. I mean, there were protesters.
That's not really protesting. That's just being a bit rude, isn't it, really? I mean,
she's doing it quite a nice way. She said, nice to meet you. You're not in your own.
By the way, can I have a selfie?
But I think the problem here is not just with this incident, but royal tours. There's something, and royal visits, there's something kind of inherently anachronistic about them. And we saw those terrible problems that Kate and William and Edward and Sophie had when they went to the Caribbean over the summer, where basically the locals just thought, well, hang on, this is a bit imperial and colonial, and why are we all behind fences waving at these people in raised trucks? It's kind of, that's the problem. There's something anachronistic about royal VIPs descending on places. Yeah.
So just sort of stop those sort of things and go to places.
Are always going to be an issue for some people,
right?
And I think whenever I always knew the threat of moving into sort of a new era of the monarchy was going to have, you know, give the Republicans a bit more confidence in saying actually we should become a republic, and I think that's fine. I think it's healthy that we have this discourse in a democracy. I do think it's a bit unfair though to say that to Kate, because she's not the person responsible for the fact that Northern Ireland is still part of the United Kingdom. But at least she was polite about it. But these are things to be expected. We will always have these voices, and I think in a democracy it's healthy, and we should, you know, allow those sorts of debates. But at the end of the day, you know, the majority of the public does see the value in the monarchy, and it will evolve.
I'm not sure that's true.
It will evolve.
The majority of the public, I'm not sure that's true, especially Northern Ireland. I wouldn't say it's the large majority there. I don't think that the woman was particularly polite, and perhaps Kate isn't the right person to be addressing her vitriol towards. But with the history of the British royal family in Ireland as a whole, I think absolutely there's issues there, and they should be allowed to say. Anyone should be allowed to say to the ruling monarch.
And I also thought, also thought that Kate dealt with it very well.
She did.
Yeah, I thought she dealt with it very well. She just smiled and moved on and didn't actually.
But you could walk around those areas of Northern Ireland, which probably, you know, call it 50-50 split in terms of people's affiliations and all the rest of it. You will see pictures of the Queen above mantelpieces. You'll see Union Jacks in a way that people on the so-called mainland would never think of doing. These are some of the most patriotic people. So if that Chancellor wants to have a row, go and have it with the woman at number 57. Leave the Princess of Wales alone. You're talking to the wrong person, mate.
But maybe that won't make a difference if she speaks to people down the street. But doing this by attacking Kate publicly and everyone just talking about it.
We're talking about it.
Now, perhaps more nationally, we can have the conversation.
But the thing is, she did this at a rally where Kate was. You know, clearly there are people there that support the monarchy that were there. It's not like they left their houses.
Where else is she going to do it?
No, but that's the point. You can do it anywhere else. You can post it on social media. You can start
I disagree.
No, I'm sorry. You can literally do it anywhere.
Why can't she do that?
No, but I'm saying she's not in a crowd of people that are...
She was perfectly polite. She made her point.
But the thing is...
I don't think she was polite, Kev. I just thought it was... I thought she was just a bit of a weirdo, frankly. She's holding it up, you know. How are you, love? Can I have a lovely photograph? By the way, I hate you. It was like very weird. You know, very weird. Just another one to the side, please, Kate. Clear off.
I do think she has the right to protest. I'm just saying she wasn't doing it in a crowd that's particularly vitriolic towards the royal family. That's it. It wasn't in a location where you'd find people hating her, because obviously it was a rally to welcome the princess. That's the only point I'm making. I do think she should have the right to say it.
Absolutely.
But I do still think that the royal family does have a place in many Britons' hearts these days still, even though we will have these conversations.